Good morning, America. Breaking new developments in that deadly Boeing 737 MAX crash. The stunning new report this morning revealing pilots on that fatal Ethiopian airline flight did initially follow procedures to correct that system malfunction, but couldn't get the plane back in control. The new details about those final moments.
Also overnight, President Trump taking on Joe Biden, mocking him over those accusations of inappropriate affection, even though the president himself has faced allegations from more than a dozen women.
Security breach at Mar-a-Lago. A woman from China now in custody, accused of sneaking past multiple Secret Service checkpoints, carrying a thumb drive with malware, all while the president was in town.
Breaking overnight, making history.
You created a movement for change.
Lori Lightfoot becoming the first black woman and openly gay person elected mayor of Chicago, saying the city has been reborn.
Also this morning, the suspect accused of killing Grammy-nominated rapper Nipsey Hussle now arrested. And the powerful tribute overnight on the court from NBA star Russell Westbrook.
And the Avengers breaking the internet and the box office. Ticket sales setting records weeks before the opening and taking down websites. Why you may need superhero help to get a seat.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Get it, Michael. Get it, Michael. Good morning, America. You know what? Everybody needs a hero. I'm sitting next to two of mine right now.
Oh, he's trying to get it nice today.
It is nice. It is Wednesday. I'm happy. Everybody at home is watching the show. And there's a lot of excitement for that Avengers Endgame, the movie. The new trailer dropped yesterday. It already has more than 11 million views.
Yeah, the rush to get tickets, so fast, so furious, websites crashed, leading fans to share tweets like this one. Take a look. This lady says, me and my phone while trying to getting my tickets to go see Avengers Endgame, and the Adam app keeps giving me error message. A lot of people pushing refresh.
There was a lot of funny things out there. We're going to have more on that, much more on that ahead. But first, we're going to begin with that breaking news overnight about the Ethiopian Airlines crash and what happened in the cockpit in those final moments. There's a new report that is saying the pilots initially followed procedures to correct that malfunction before the plane went down. David Curley starts us off, has the latest. Good morning, David.
Morning, Robin. This morning we are still awaiting the Ethiopian report, but this report suggests that the pilots did follow procedure, turning off a system, but then for some reason turned it back on before losing control, crashing and killing all on board. It's the Wall Street Journal that is now reporting to us that they have talked to people familiar with the investigative report, which is based on the black box data. And they say when an anti-stall system engaged and nosed down the jetliner, as we found out, the pilots did follow, we saw this in a simulator, the procedure that they followed. That is to flip two switches down, shut off the electricity that noses down the aircraft. Then they have to go to a wheel and manually level out the plane. But for some unknown reason, or at least unreported reason, they decided to turn that system back on, the electricity back on, and try and use the autopilot again to control the aircraft. They lost control and crashed. Now, Boeing has a software fix they were expecting to submit last Friday. That's now been delayed for possibly as many as 4 weeks or longer. That means that the two major airlines, American and Southwest in this country, that fly the MAXs that are still grounded, the entire fleet around the world, will have to cancel nearly 200 flights today alone, Cecilia. We continue to await for details from the Ethiopians.
Yeah, a lot of frustrated people out there. David Curley, thank you. We're going to turn to Washington now, where overnight President Trump went on the attack during a freewheeling speech to Republicans. He now seems to be backtracking on everything from shutting down the border to health care, but he is also going head on after a new target, his likely 2020 opponent, former Vice President Joe Biden. Chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl's got the latest. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Cecilia. Donald Trump is looking ahead to the 2020 campaign, taking aim at the most high-profile potential candidate, former Vice President Biden.
At a fundraiser overnight for congressional Republicans, President Trump took aim at Joe Biden.
We're going into the war with some socialists, and it looks like the only non-sort of heavy socialist, he's being taken care of pretty well by the socialists they got to him. Our former vice president, I was going to call him, I don't know him well, I was going to say, welcome to the world, Joe. You having a good time, Joe?
That was a clear reference to allegations Biden now faces of inappropriate conduct from several women. More than a dozen women have accused Trump of sexual misconduct, but that didn't stop him from going directly at Biden.
I said, General, come here, give me a kiss. I felt like Joe Biden. Yeah. But I meant it.
Allegations of inappropriate behavior directed at Donald Trump span years, both before and during his bid for the White House. The president has denied all of them. In his speech, the president also hit his signature campaign promise. But after threatening to close down the southern border last week, a sudden reversal. The president seems to have changed his mind.
I really wanted to close it. But now Mexico's saying, no, no, no. First time in decades. We will not let anybody get through. And they've apprehended over 1,000 people today at the southern border, their southern border. And they're bringing them back into the country.
So the president is claiming a major change in Mexico's policy since he threatened to shut down the border just last week. But we can find no evidence of any major change in the number of migrants that Mexico is detaining over the last several days. Cecilia?
Yeah, John, Mexico says they basically are doing what they've been doing. But it's not just the border. The president also seems to be backtracking on health care, basically backing off this plan to introduce a Republican replacement before 2020.
He now says that the Republican plan would be voted on after the election. He's saying this because he would like to do it after a big electoral victory, when he's reelected, when Republicans win the House and retain the Senate. So no plan until after the election, the president says.
John Carl at the White House for us this morning. John, thank you. Michael?
All right, thank you. And now to that startling security breach at Mar-a-Lago. While President Trump was in Florida over the weekend, a woman from China is under arrest after talking her way past Secret Service agents allegedly carrying a thumb drive with malware. Chief Global Affairs Correspondent Martha Raddatz has more in Washington. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, Michael. Yijing Zhang, who is in her early 30s, remains in custody this morning, charged with making false statements to federal law enforcement and unlawfully entering a restricted zone.
There was a Secret Service protective zone around Mar-a-Lago all weekend with layers of security agents and signs warning that the area was restricted. But according to court documents, Yijing Zhang got in anyway. It was just after noon on Saturday, the president golfing nearby, when authorities say she presented 2 Chinese passports to an agent as ID and said she was there to go to the pool. The agent passed her information to Mar-a-Lago security to verify she was on an access list. While the court documents make clear Zhang easily conversed in English, authorities say due to a potential language barrier issue, Mar-a-Lago believed her to be the relative of a member of the club who was also named Zhang. A valet then drove her to the main reception area in a golf cart. Prosecutors say Zhang made it through another Secret Service checkpoint, magnetometers, and more agents before she was finally stopped by a receptionist who asked Zhang why she was there. According to the complaint, Zhang finally responded that she was there for a United Nations Chinese American Association event later in the evening. The receptionist knew this event did not exist. At that point, the Secret Service took over when they say she claimed her Chinese friend Charles told her to travel from Shanghai to attempt to speak with a member of the president's family about Chinese and American foreign economic relations.
And investigators are still looking at that thumb drive, which they say contained, quote, malicious malware, along with 4 cell phones, a laptop, and an external hard drive. But what Zhang did not have, Robin, they say despite saying she wanted to go to the pool, a swimsuit, Robin.
All right, Martha, thank you. Now to history being made in Chicago overnight. Lori Lightfoot elected mayor, becoming the first African-American woman and openly gay person to hold the city's highest office. Our chief national affairs correspondent, Tom Yamas, is here with the latest on this. Good morning, Tom.
Robin, good morning. Both historical and it was a landslide. In a city known for its backroom politics, the win was a jolt to Chicago's political machine. Lori Lightfoot, a former federal prosecutor who never held elected office, ran on a platform of cracking down on government corruption and helping lower-income neighborhoods. She will be the city's first female black mayor, taking office at a time of high tension between the police and its black population, which makes up a third of the city, but also a group that has been moving out of Chicago in recent years, due in part to violence and housing issues. As Robin mentioned earlier, Lightfoot will also be the first openly gay mayor after beating out another black female candidate, and earlier, Bill Daley of the legendary Chicago political family, who also served as chief of staff to President Obama. The historic moment was not lost on Lightfoot last night.
I remembered something Martin Luther King said when I was very young. Faith, he said, is taking the first step when you can't see the staircase. Well, we couldn't see the whole staircase when we started this journey, but we had faith. An abiding faith in this city, its people, and in its future. So we took that first step.
Now Lightfoot faces big challenges ahead, including a pension crisis that's ongoing. And though the murder rate has come down recently, crime still remains a major issue in Chicago. Guys?
One of my favorite quotes from Martin Luther King.
Oh, yeah. Very powerful.
And it was. I mean, she came out of nowhere.
Came out of nowhere, landslide, and she never held elected office, so it is impressive.
All right. Thanks, Tom.
That campaign there. Okay, Tom, we're going to turn now to the latest on that deadly chemical plant explosion outside Houston, killing one person and injuring two others. It's the second major plant fire in the area in just weeks. ABC's Marcus Moore is on the scene in Crosby, Texas with more. Good morning, Marcus.
Cecilia, good morning to you. Emergency officials still have the roadway shut down around the plant where this explosion happened, but the fire itself is out. But new video has surfaced capturing the sound of this massive explosion that happened at the Kimco chemical plant in Crosby. One worker was killed, two others critically hurt. Now, this particular plant has a history of OSHA violations, and the local county is actually suing the current owners over allegations that this plant has violated clean air and water laws. Now, the current owners have apologized for this latest incident and say they are cooperating with investigators to prevent it from happening again. But the top environmental official here has told our station, KTRK in Houston, that this plant has, quote, been a thorn in the county side for years. Michael.
All right, thank you so much, Marcus. And now we're going to turn to the latest on the shooting death of Grammy-nominated rapper Nipsey Hussle. A suspect is now in custody, and overnight, the rapper's longtime girlfriend broke her silence. ABC's Adrian Bankert has more.
Overnight, actress Lauren London, the love of Nipsey Hussle's life and the mother of his child, addresses the rapper's death for the first time, writing on Instagram, "I am completely lost. I've lost my best friend. We are lost without you, babe. I have no words."
Nipsey's death has sent shockwaves across this city and across this globe.
London's heartbreaking tribute comes as authorities arrest this man.
There he is. There he is.
29-year-old Eric Holder, the suspected killer of the Grammy-nominated artist. Police say the murder was not a gang fight, but a personal dispute.
Mr. Holder walked up on multiple occasions and engaged in a conversation with Nipsey. Subsequently came back armed with a handgun, striking and killing Nipsey Hussle.
The suspected getaway driver turned herself into authorities. She was not arrested and left freely Tuesday night. Sources tell ABC News that the woman is saying little to investigators for fear of retaliation. And in the same place that Hussle was murdered, to prevent the chaos from large crowds earlier this week, police have imposed a curfew at the memorial site to allow mourners to pay their respects peacefully.
You might as well call him the president of the hood then, for real. Barack Obama of the streets.
Wow.
For real.
Was he that big?
He was that big.
And NBA superstar Russell Westbrook dedicated his win over the Lakers to the slain rapper with a historic performance.
That wasn't for me, man. That was for my bro, man. That's for Nipsey, man.
And Westbrook also said that the rapper inspired him because he's somebody from the inner city, too. There are still a lot of people grieving here. We hope to receive further updates from the LAPD today. Robin.
Good to have you there, Adrian. Thank you. Now to new developments in the Penn State hazing case more than 2 years after the death of Timothy Piazza. 3 fraternity brothers are being sentenced to time behind bars. Gio Benitez is here, has those details for us. And Gio, we're hearing from Timothy's parents this morning.
Yeah, we are, Robin. Good morning. They believe these sentences of jail time, probation, and community service will change the state of hazing across this country. This morning, a judge handing down the first sentences in the death of 19-year-old Penn State fraternity pledge Tim Piazza, more than 2 years after an alcohol-fueled frat party. 3 of the former Penn State frat brothers, Luke Visser, Michael Bonatucci, and Joshua Krzyzewski, now going behind bars. Their sentences ranging from 1 month to 9 months, all of them pleading guilty to hazing and conspiracy to commit hazing. Piazza's parents speaking to ABC News overnight.
You know, these guys, they committed serious crimes, and you know, now they have to deal with it. So we're really all about making college experiences safer at this point.
And we know this morning that the Pennsylvania Attorney General's office, which has been prosecuting this case, has obtained a large number of guilty pleas. More sentences are expected in the next few months. Guys.
All right, Gia, thank you very much. And I can remember when Tim's parents came here to our studio, and they have not given up in wanting to make this a message for others.
And possibly save some lives.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. And now we're going to turn to a record-breaking day for the Marvel Universe, dropping the brand new Avengers Endgame trailer on Tuesday. And it broke records at the box office as well, becoming the biggest first-day ticket seller for Fandango in just 6 hours. And some other things broke, too. The ticket sites, they crashed, and TJ Holmes is here with more on that. Hey, TJ.
Yeah, Thanos took out half the universe. That included most IT departments, apparently, because the websites didn't work. So AMC Theaters, website and app crashed. Fandango and Atom. If you go there to try to buy your tickets yesterday, people were put in a queue for an hour. Oof. If you even got the tickets at all. Yes, right. What is going on? This is one of the most highly anticipated movies, apparently, of all time now. Why were they not ready? Well, we reached out to the companies. Atom tells us they were ready, but the theaters themselves, it was their issue. They couldn't keep up with demand. Fandango tells us, as you just said, Stray, crushed the previous record that was held by Star Wars Force Awakens. Said, we have never seen anything like this. It is groundbreaking. They said AMC, the traffic was 10 times their normal amount and double their previous record. If you go by these numbers, this is the most anticipated movie we've ever seen.
I think I already know the answer to this, but when the site crashed, how did the fans react?
Very calmly. They were chill. People on Twitter are usually chill, right? So yes, look at some. These were great, though. Somebody from Loki, right? You had one job to do, all right? And a couple other folks in their attempts. Look at this one. This one's good. These are their hopes of getting a ticket, just kind of fading away. So and again, some people actually took their tickets, put them on eBay, selling them for thousands of dollars. Some say for charity. I'm not having a cynical day, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
All right. Also this morning, it is a big day in the college admissions scandal. Actresses Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin are about to face a judge. We'll have much more on that in a moment.
And the incredible mom who saved her 7-year-old from the jaws of a cougar, fighting off the animal with her bare hands. How she did it. She's telling her story here on GMA. But first, in for Ginger is our Rob.
Hey, good morning again, guys. We had snow in North Carolina yesterday. Charlotte, the first time it's ever snowed on April 2nd, just outside of Mineral Springs, about 2 inches there. This is the low that exploded overnight. Thankfully, staying just offshore, but it's going to be close enough to New England to bring some snow and some wind, 50-mile-an-hour winds there. In California, Chico with big winds yesterday and some flooding there at Chico State, and that's going to spawn some severe weather in the plans. Rainy Cities now brought to you by Pronamel.
What patients don't realize is what they eat and drink is likely acidic, and then what's happening is the weakening of enamel. Now is the perfect time for a toothpaste like the new Pronamel Repair. This toothpaste takes it to the next level. It takes minerals and it drives it deep into the tooth surface so that we can actively help repair weakened enamel. I do think dentists are going to want to recommend the new Pronamel Repair toothpaste. Such an easy answer, and it will do exactly what their patients need.
Out the door this morning, sunglasses, check, and a warm jacket. Hey, listen, our temperatures, though, are going to warm very quickly, probably getting up to 50 degrees by late morning. That was our high temperature yesterday, 60s from noon on. It's going to feel nice this afternoon at 3 o'clock. But again, the winds will be rather strong, gusting to just over 30 miles per hour. We're tracking rain for Friday, your drier hours Friday morning, and then another system after the weekend. That one could bring some of our first thunderstorms to the area, but 70 to 72 Saturday and Sunday.
Off of GMA, the first quarter, 3 more quarters to go.
Let's go. Right.
Another cup of coffee. We'll be right back.
I can't believe it. I've been playing 4-on-4 with a barbershop quartet. The
Pass the ball, pass the rock. We're open, just pass the